The rivalry between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers is the NBA's greatest. It began in 1959, just a few years after the league's inception. These two teams have met a record 12 times in the NBA Finals. The Celtics won the first 8 meetings, solidifying their dynasty in the early years. The Lakers finally broke through in 1985, led by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson. This victory shifted the power dynamic and fueled the rivalry even further. The Celtics and Lakers battled throughout the 1960s, 70s and 80s. Each team featured legendary players who became synonymous with winning. The rivalry extended beyond the court, fueled by the contrasting identities of the two cities. Boston, with its rich history and tradition, represented the old guard. Los Angeles, on the other hand, was the city of glamour and entertainment. This cultural clash added another layer to the rivalry. The Celtics-Lakers rivalry transcended basketball. It became a cultural phenomenon that captivated fans across generations. The battles on the court were always intense. The games were often decided in the final minutes, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. No discussion of the Celtics-Lakers rivalry is complete without mentioning Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. These two icons defined a generation of basketball. Their individual brilliance and contrasting styles made their matchups must-see TV. Bird, the stoic sharpshooter from Indiana, embodied the blue-collar work ethic of Boston. Johnson, the charismatic point guard from Michigan, brought a Hollywood flair to the Lakers. Their duels on the court were legendary, filled with no-look passes, clutch shots, and a level of competition that pushed both players to their limits. The rivalry between Bird and Johnson was not just about basketball, it was about race, style, and the future of the NBA. Bird's Celtics and Johnson's Lakers faced off in the NBA Finals 3 times in the 1980s, with the Lakers winning twice. These epic battles, filled with dramatic moments and iconic performances, cemented their legacies as two of the greatest players ever. The impact of Bird and Johnson extended beyond their playing days. They helped elevate the NBA to new heights of popularity, making it a global phenomenon. Their rivalry transcended sports, inspiring millions around the world. The rivalry between the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics is rooted in history and geography. These teams first met in 1946, just a year after the NBA was founded. The proximity of the two cities fueled the intensity from the start. The rivalry peaked in the 70s with 4 playoff meetings in 5 years. These hard-fought series cemented the rivalry in fans' minds. The Celtics dominated early, winning multiple championships. The Knicks had their moments, notably their 1973 championship. Led by Reed, Frazier, and Debusschere, the Knicks captured their second NBA title. The rivalry holds a special place in the hearts of fans in the Northeast. Battles at Madison Square Garden and the old Boston Garden were always intense. The rivalry continued through the 80s and 90s, with both teams experiencing success. The rivalry between the Detroit Pistons and the Chicago Bulls emerged in the late 1980s and reached its peak in the 1990s. The Pistons, led by Isaiah Thomas and coached by Chuck Daly, were known as the Bad Boys for their physical style of play. They employed the Jordan rules to shut down Michael Jordan. The Bulls, led by Jordan, were trying to break through the Pistons' dominance. The Pistons eliminated the Bulls from the playoffs in 3 consecutive seasons. However, Jordan and the Bulls continued to improve. The rivalry climaxed in the 1991 Eastern Conference Finals when the Bulls finally overcame the Pistons. This series marked a changing of the guard in the NBA. The Bulls won their first championship that year, beginning their dynasty of the 1990s. The Pistons-Bulls rivalry was a clash of styles and personalities. The Pistons' physicality and the Bulls' grace made for compelling basketball. This rivalry, though shorter than others, left a lasting impact on the league.